If you can make a video about Love Island 15 times and talk about the next celebrity couple getting divorced, but you look at this baby's face, this baby who will not see the age of 2, and just scroll past and not care, then that says a lot about you. So this is 1-year-old Cohen Wiley, and over the weekend, he, his mom, and sources are saying either the aunt or a friend were out shopping at the local Walmart. Now, there was a call that came in to the Senatoba Police Department in Mississippi, and they received a report of shoplifting. And they saw all 3 of them. So they saw Cohen go into that car, and they said, the police department, they claimed that they saw the car drive away in the direction toward officers, nearly hitting them. However, that has not fully been confirmed at this time. One officer ended up drawing his gun and opening fire on that vehicle, and Cohen was shot. Now, Cohen's mom and that friend or aunt took him to the hospital, but tragically he passed away from his injuries. And at this point, the family and the residents of Senatoba want answers. There were protests that were held at that Walmart on Tuesday. Mississippi Bureau of Investigations is leading the case, and they did say that that officer that was involved has been placed on admin leave as per department policy. This family deserves answers because a little boy lost his life for no reason. His mom has not been charged with a crime, and I am seeing reports that there was a receipt to show that she paid for the diapers that they claim she stole. This case just gets me so angry and so worked up, and there needs to be accountability. There needs to be accountability. And I know that it is going to take some time as they investigate, but I do think that this officer needs to be held accountable. You saw this baby go into that car. This woman has not been charged with a crime, and this baby will not see the age of 2.
Mississippi police shot and killed a 1-year-old black baby over an allegedly stolen box of diapers. One box of diapers to them was worth a baby's life. On June 14th, 1-year-old Cohen Wiley was in the car with his mother and aunt after they had left the Walmart carrying one box of diapers that were allegedly stolen. The police's response? Opened fire on their car in Walmart in the middle of the day in broad daylight, taking the life of that little baby and wounding his aunt. It's worth noting that reports on the ground are saying that that box of diapers wasn't even stolen. They bought it and had a receipt for it, but somebody had called saying it was stolen, and now that baby is gone, and his mother is grieving with no baby over a singular box of diapers. I don't care if they were stolen or not. A baby isn't worth a box of diapers. And do you know how desperate you have to be to steal diapers, much less a box of diapers? Just one? This is a system that cannot be reformed because this is a system doing what they think is its job. It is not to protect people. It is not to help people. It is not to offer aid. It is to cause harm and pain and suffering under the guise of power and control. No amount of kind words, good energy, or even action is enough to bring this family the comfort that they deserve in this dark, dark hour. But we need to do all of that and more anyway, because that baby should be here. And the fact that he isn't should outrage everyone. Everyone.
The thing is, it doesn't matter whether they stole that box of diapers. It doesn't matter whether they stole all the diapers in the store or took every single item out of that Walmart. In case anybody needed any more evidence that the police are not here to protect ordinary citizens, but are meant to protect capital and moneyed interests. Earlier this week, Mississippi police shot and killed a 1-year-old baby in a Walmart parking lot over a shoplifting call. There is not a single justification for what happened here. When officers arrived on the scene, they saw that there was a child going into the car that they later pursued and shot at. What's frustrating about conversations about police reform is that people will see this incident and say, well, those officers maybe just needed more training on how to handle situations like this. You're telling me that you need to train police officers not to shoot at a car that has a baby inside of it. This is not a one-off incident. The institution of policing cares much more about protecting capital than it does protecting people. And if a baby gets in their way of that mission, this is what happens. I don't know how you can look at a situation like this and say the institution of policing can be reformed. We can make this better, when this just lays bare the fundamental rot at the core of policing.
A shattered window and bullet hole in the windshield. The aftermath of a deadly police shooting in Senatobia, Mississippi that resulted in the death of 1-year-old Cohen Wiley. The shooting sparking outrage.
I'm more angry because the situation that took place really was unnecessary. What I'm hearing from what happened, it was unnecessary.
According to investigators, the shooting, which took place Sunday in this Walmart parking lot, occurred when officers responded to a shoplifting call involving 2 adults and a child. Authorities say the 2 adults, now identified by the family's lawyer as the boy's mother and her friend, tried to get away, driving toward and nearly hitting an officer. Another officer then firing at the car. In this video, officers can be seen running. One witness telling a local reporter of the 2 adults. One was carrying the child, the other a box of diapers.
Policeman shot, open fire in a public setting over allegedly some Pampers.
Investigators say the trio ended up at a local hospital where the 1-year-old was pronounced dead, one of the adults suffering critical injuries. No officers were injured. The family of Cohen Wiley now distraught and demanding answers.
I don't know anything right now. My grandson gone. I just want justice.
Tonight, the Mississippi Bureau of Investigation is now investigating the shooting. George Solis, NBC News.
Valicia Wally says that she was at Walmart with a friend and baby Cohen, and when they walked out of the store, she says her friend was approached by police. From there, she describes how the situation...
Listen, before we even get to talking, I would like to just read you some of these statements here. With a child, with a juvenile child, 2 adults fleeing with a child. So let's make something absolutely clear before we move on to talk about anything else, because I know a lot of y'all got a lot to say. The cops knew there was a child in that car and shot it anyways. Does that make logical sense to you? I need to know, do you think that makes sense for them to know a child was in that car and riddle it with bullets anyways? Because if that makes sense to you, please just go to my account, unfollow me, block me, because anything I say after this isn't going to matter anyways. Now let's start here. Walmart has cameras on the inside and the outside of the building. That is confirmed. They got cameras at the self-checkout where they said they caught the 2 women stealing. That's confirmed. They got a description of the 2 individuals they said they thought were stealing. That's confirmed. They got the make, the model, the license plate of the car of the people they said they thought were stealing. That's confirmed. They got all the information they could possibly need in case these people got away via vehicle. They can go and catch them later. But instead, knowing there was a child in the car, they shot into the car. Their excuse? She was using her car as a weapon. Now listen to me. I watch the media. I watch ICE. I watch the police in this administration lie about the last time they told me somebody used their car as a weapon. I saw the video with my own eyes, and they still continued to lie to me. And you know what they did? They shot her. They killed her. And you know what happened? Car kept rolling. Nothing was accomplished. Actually, it put more people in danger because the car got into an accident after. You're telling me you saw there was a kid in that car and still shot to it. It takes more time to pull out your weapon and shoot into a moving car than it is to just move out of the way. And even when you did shoot your car and you killed the individual driving, the cars kept moving and caused more damage. So why are we shooting the cars? Now, when I first saw this situation, I thought, there's no way anybody can defend the kid of this child. No way. Even if they stole the entire Walmart, the cops knew there was a kid in that car and decided to shoot into it anyways. Nobody can defend that. And here we are. The same people who tell me we need to protect the children. They don't want to protect this one. Same people who are screaming that they're pro-life. They're not pro this life. And what gets me the most is that they keep telling me she used the car as a weapon and that's why this happened. Let's go with that version of the story. She uses her car as a weapon and the cop decides to shoot into the car, hitting the driver. The car never stopped. She still got away. So what was accomplished? You tell me. Because from where I'm sitting, the only outcome is the death of a 1-year-old child, and you can look me in the eyes and still tell me it was justified. In the meantime, I hope you have a wonderful day. You know I love you and I'll see you tomorrow. But if I don't, stay out of trouble.
To all the black folk that went out, stood in Senators, Mississippi yesterday for the 1-year-old little baby that got killed by the police officer. For all of y'all that went out there and stood in front of Walmart, I just want to tell you, terrible fucking job. Terrible fucking job. Because you went out there and did exactly what we told you not to do. No justice, no peace. Bitch, how you gonna say no justice, no peace? You ain't disturbing no motherfucking peace. So until you disturb some peace, you ain't gonna get no justice. But they gonna get some peace. Wanna know why? Because you ain't showing up to their house. Us black folks ain't showing up to the white folk house, snatching their kids out their bed like they did Emmett Till and throw his ass in the river. Then they all up in the full office. We don't come with violence. We don't want, yes the fuck we want some violence, bitch. We didn't see y'all kick down Walmart though. We didn't see y'all trash your parking lot. We didn't see y'all put y'all life on the line for that baby. But we seen what you would do for a DVD player on Black Friday. You would stomp a brother out for a DVD player, and we got Netflix. Black folk been hollering no justice, no peace since the 50s. Them folks don't give a fuck about you talking. You gotta let that gun sound. Foul, foul, foul. And what I also saw, and this is the reason you can't take us black people serious. Y'all up there laughing and playing around. Y'all going live. Bitch, you supposed to be going to war. Y'all up there drunk, giggling, laughing around. Y'all running away from the flash grenades. Nah, bitch, you gotta run towards that shit. Run towards that shit, cause you know what them white folks saying. This is exactly what them white folks saying. The great white Tate Reeves even called me. Let me tell you what they saying. Mr. Trouble? Yeah, Mr. Great Tate. Mr. Great Tate, Mr. Great White Tate. Yeah, Trouble. We're not taking you guys serious. Cause we already know you guys ain't on that shit. Y'all don't stand on business, Mr. Trouble. You ain't really on that. You ever heard Plies? I said, yes sir, Mr. Tate, I heard Plies. He said, well, you ain't really on that. I said, oh shit. I said, what you think gonna happen? He said, well, Mr. Trouble, what I think gonna happen, they gonna do this for one day. We gonna say fuck the baby. And we gonna let y'all throw another trail ride and let y'all kill each other on the gravel, in the dirt, in the mud. I said, ooh, you cold, Great White Tate. He said, Mr. Trevor, you ain't seen cold yet. You ain't seen cold yet. But yeah, but listen. Until y'all let get out there gun slinging or flame throwing, your voice will not be heard. Cause why the fuck you keep taking your voice to a gunfight? Go get crunk like go get crunk on them folks. Like get crunk on motherfuckers at Black Friday. Run them over and step on them and shit. Cause until you call home, you won't get no justice or no peace. You ain't gonna get no justice, so you might well get peace. And the best way to get peace right now, take your ugly black ass home, cause you ain't doing shit. You ain't stepping on motherfucker like you do about that DVD player. The DVD player worth more than that damn baby. And y'all think them white folk gonna take us serious. Get the fuck out of here. Go make that gun sound. Fly, fly, fly. We don't want to hear that shit. We don't want no justice, no peace.
So guys, that is the situation in Mississippi, and this happened 2 days ago on 14th of June, and it's a very sad story to reach you right now. And not a lot has been done. You know, they're still doing their investigations. There's everything that we're talking about here is alleged. You know, the diapers case is alleged. Whether you know, it's just a very sad story that we're talking about a 1-year-old, you know, a 1-year-old. This child will never live to see 2 years, yeah? And to even think that you have killed someone over a pack of diapers, over a pack of, you know, it doesn't make a lot of sense. So when they're even explaining these things and making it look as though it's okay because it was theft, it still doesn't get away from the fact that you cannot be killing someone because of a diaper, you know, a packet of diapers. And yeah, let's keep waiting until they finish the investigations. But this is very hurtful. I can only imagine what the family is going through, what their loved ones are going through, because this was a healthy child, you know, a kid that they got from home and, you know, decided to just take a stroll to the market, and this happens, you know. They even wish they would just stay at home. And also it's a black kid, and I'm just feeling like I'm a little bit tired of these black kid stories every now and then. Yeah, it hurts so much, because why are we talking about kids being killed by police? Why are we talking about kids being killed by other people from the other races? Why are they killing children? Why are they killing black children? Yeah. So people have demonstrated, you know, they're looking for justice for this baby Cohen. And I hope that they find justice for him, because this is unfair, and this was never supposed to happen. Also, to think that the police knew that there was a child in that car and they went ahead to shoot at that car. You know, that doesn't make any sense at all. I think the Mississippi police have a lot to answer, because why would you be shooting at a car that you know too well has a child in it? A 1-year-old child that everyone saw. Why would you be shooting at that? You know, there's a lot of other ways that you would have gotten the car, not shooting, especially when you know there's a child in there. Yeah. And this is super sad. You know, I don't understand what the world has become these days, but we are not headed in the right direction. As long as this is what we are doing, and you know, after this story, we're going to make another story of another child, I don't know where. It's wrong. We cannot keep going on like that. As humans, we have to start thinking straight. What kind of training do these police officers have? Because from my own understanding, it cannot be right that you are shooting at a car that you know too well has a child in it. And I'm not sure she was speeding that much that she would never be found by her number plate. Huh? So these things have become way too much. And every single minute that you take a pause and rest from the other story that you know, it was this the other day that we were doing a story about the 14-year-old that was killed by an Asian shopkeeper. We have not even rested from that. There is no justice that has been found for that child. In fact, the guy that shot at the child has been let go free. Yeah. So no justice for that child, and then now we're talking about another 1-year-old child. 1-year-old child, you know, like that sounds, it's even hard for you to say, because what are we even saying? A 1-year-old child has been shot by police. And if you follow through very keenly, you will find that there will not be justice for that child, because they think that the life of black people does not quite matter. If it was someone from the other races, maybe they would act swift. We are talking day 3. Why aren't they working on it? Why do we not have answers already? Why don't we have the suspects in jail already? Who is protecting them, and why? They have killed a black child. We can all see that. Yeah. But justice will take a long time to be found, if it will even be found, because it's a black child. I think black people have been disrespected way too long and way too much. I don't know what will happen, but this is overboard. This is just too much. They want black people to be afraid of walking outside, you know. The only place that you are safe, even the only place that you are almost safe is your house. And even your house, you know, it's accessible. So I don't understand how they want black people to live, because you cannot go out because you might be accused of something that you have not done and be killed. No chance to even be reported, and then you fight your case and give evidence that you did not do it. You just get killed. This is an innocent child. He doesn't know anything about diapers or whatever, or police even. This is just an innocent child that needed and had a right to live. He is not a criminal. He has been killed for things he does not even understand. So guys, yeah, that is the story that is reaching us for now. And just know that it happened 2 days ago, so you can do your research and find out if whatever has unfolded, I am not updated as of what is happening by the time you're watching this, but you can find that online, or yeah. So guys, if you have not subscribed to my channel, kindly consider doing that. If you have, thank you so much for being part of this amazing family, and I hope that you're also keeping safe from wherever you're watching me from. I will see you on my next video. Bye for now.